Hi loves, step 3 to connecting to your pelvic bowl. Okay, we're actually going to take a pause. Stay with me. We're going to connect with our body wisdom for our breathing, our lungs and our chest and our jaw, because breath is a really important tool when it comes to being able to connect and hear and support the body while it transitions, okay? Especially with the anterior of the pelvic bowl, because fear is what we do is hold our breaths and we grip that. And so when our tissue remembers fear, our tissue is gripped without breath. And so the way that we restore that tissue is by bringing breath into the tissue. As soon as we do that, that memory lockdown of holding breath is released. Okay? So just a few quick pointers on breath. The first thing that I always tell people is to relax your jaw. So relaxing your jaw does not mean that your teeth are shut, because a relaxed jaw is slightly open. You can rest your tongue at the back of your teeth or the roof of your mouth to give you a sense of distance. You can leave your lips closed, or you can have them open. You can relax your tongue, like you saw that. That's the relaxed jaw. Relax the tongue from the back of the throat. It will slip towards the front or go to the roof of the mouth. Either way, as far as I've learned so far, keeping that space relaxed. Okay, when you relax the space, it travels way down the body, especially into the top of the lungs. All the bones, your intercostals, your collarbones here that are attached to kind of navigate that space. So relax your jaw. Okay, that's the first thing. Relax your jaw. The second thing is, I want you to take a moment to use your hands, like we have been doing with our pelvic bowl, with your rib cage itself, okay? Exploring your diaphragm below your rib cage, as well as the ribs themselves. So you can't see that very well, but the back of my hands are moving. There you go. Okay, and notice, are your hands moving? Are you breathing into these areas of your lungs? If you have places where you are not moving, take a moment. Put your hands there. See if you can. Can you get your breath underneath your hands into the tissue there? Okay, so take that same practice to increase your connection and capacity in your ribs. What I found in the past couple weeks of working in my anterior quadrant was that I kept hitting a wall, and then I twice this happened, and I was like, I got it, click. I was working, have a body worker, external work, doing all this work, and it was kind of hitting this wall. She started doing this work in my intercostals and my rib cage, and my whole pelvic floor started to move and release down through my back, my femurs, everything. And I was like, right, because that front space that locks down in fear, the other place that partners with that lock is the breathing, is the lungs, is this. So if you're hitting a block with your inhabitants of this space, specifically your pelvic bowl, but also really connecting anywhere, take a pause from the place that you're focusing on and then bring the focus to the lungs themselves, okay? The ribs yourselves, that body itself. And use the same practice of sending that breath and listening, looking, potentially even asking, okay? So we didn't quite get there yet. That's kind of step 4, but step 3 is the engagement. But begin to have that connection and communication happen, okay? So that's that. So relax your jaw. I encourage you to do a check out with your ribs, your diaphragm. See how you're doing when you breathe, what's moving, what's not moving, and then follow down that path a little bit. Do some of those same practices to get that space expanding. Now, once you get that space expanding and that's moving, let's go to exercise 3, the second part of step 3, engagement. Okay, so this is a practice that was, this is my kitty cat, Honey Bear. This is a practice that was given to me by my Tantra teacher, and it's a movement. I guess I'm doing a variation on that. Just for the record, this is not necessarily straight Tantra at all. but it's inspired by tantra practice. So you're going to do a movement. You're going to do 3 movements, actually. There are really 2. And the first is the masculine, and that is the thrust, if you will. Okay? So that is this movement. Okay? This up and back. Okay? We're familiar to this movement, many of us. Okay? So this action is this linear action. So the second movement is what is referred to as the feminine, is the round movement, is the kind of hula hooping movement, the rotation, okay? And the third movement is the rotation in the opposite direction, okay? So my exercise for you is to do these 3 movements for 2 minutes each, slow enough to connect your breath with all of the muscles that make it happen. That's probably really slow, okay? So as you do that, I want you to encourage yourself to relax your legs, relax the rest of your body, relax your jaw, okay? And really allow the hips themselves to do that movement, okay? And slow down, slow down. If you find your mind wandering off, if you keep looking at the timer, any of those things, slow down and match your breath with the movement, okay? So that looks like this. I put my hands here to help me stay focused. That looks like this. Now, notice here, I want you to take note. I'm not arching my back as far as I can. You can grow into that, but because a lot of us have stress on our lower back anyway, and we tend to actually arch and get out of that space. That's a way to engage these muscles as a way of not being here. I want you to actually press your sacrum down. So you lift up and then press down. Okay, even this is a little fast. Up and down. And if you have those small muscle twitchies, that's where you just want to send your breath. Notice that. Make space. Relax your jaw. Relax your arms wherever they are, and really just breathe in, look around, listen, love whatever's there. Sensations, images, sounds, colors, memories, whatever it is, just stay with it, okay? Same thing when you're doing the rotation. 2 minutes, rotating one way. Even this is fast, so rotating one way. So here, I'm just going to pause and show you what I just became aware of. A, that I'm holding a lot in my back that I can actually relax. Do you guys see that? Holding up like this and then dropping through that back, but my hips are still up. Okay? The other thing I noticed is that they're tight in here, but there was no engagement in my feet. Okay? So actually pressing through the balls of my feet a little bit took some weight off of this, and then the pelvic floor literally opened, okay? And then I could slow down and lift even more. And it has some of that shaky, those smaller muscles we don't use much. That's a good sign. That means you're getting in there. You go one way, then you go the other. 2 minutes each, so that's 6 minutes. If you repeat that 6 minutes and give yourself 12 minutes, you're gonna get different feedback if you give yourself that bonus 6 minutes. Okay, so 6 minutes repeatedly. If you just give yourself 7 days, once a day, 6 minutes, you're gonna begin to get more connected. If you give yourself 12 minutes for 7 days, you're gonna get a lot more information. Okay, either way, blessings. I love you. Good luck. Sat Nam. Lots of love.